To you, Priscilla, a notice was sent out to bus operators, managers, and those who are concerned with the transport industry, especially for the buses. This morning, the meeting is happening with the officials of Ministry of Works and Transport, and that's why I'm going to be speaking to the Secretary General of Uganda Bus Owners Association, Robert Mutebi, about this meeting, because we know in August this year, there is a code of the industrial action where we saw passengers across the country getting paralyzed. They couldn't move because of their industrial action, and this had an impact on the safety but also on the transport. First of all, good morning to you, Robert.
Good morning, Mr. How are you today?
I'm okay, and bring us to speed. You have so many pending grievances, you as the transport sector in the bus industry. What this meeting is coming up, what are you going to be telling the officials from Ministry of Works and Transport?
We want to reiterate our position on the fees, the park user fees. We've had threats of some operators have been interrupted on Ginger Road and Bushenyi, Ishaka side. The local councils want to impose the park user fee, but from our last meeting with the Ministry of Local Government, Honorable Raphael Majezi advised that this is an issue that came from Parliament to the President, and we await the President's statement on this. We were promised a meeting. We have had some other meetings along the way. So we're waiting for that meeting that can resolve the issue on park user because of our not our refusal to pay.
You're talking about the 2.4 million park user fees, right?
Yes, 2.4 million park user fees that's supposed to be charged by the local government and its relevant councils, especially in Kampala. It should be KCCA. KCCA hasn't yet come back to us, but we've had interruptions on our operators on Kampala, Mbale, that is YY, and Kakise, and then on the other side was a few operators were also disrupted in Bushenyi, Shaka. They wanted to enforce, the local councils wanted to enforce the 2.4, which to us is still unrealistic considering the services, considering the taxes we pay, considering the economic situation, the fuel price rises, and the fares that we're charging are not equivalent to what we are putting in, because our returns are still low. You even look at the festivities coming up. Those days, way back, it used to be running. Festivities used to run for 2 weeks. Now you just have a few days, say 22nd to 25th. Then the return journeys, then the schools the kids going back to school. The seasons have changed. People are affording more cars to travel. We have competitors like drones moving our people. Drones used to be controlled to, taxis used to be controlled not to move beyond 250 to 300 kilometers, but now you have drones moving up to Chisoro, Apa, West Nile, the border.
Is that a problem? How is that a problem?
It's a big problem because now this is competition. We welcome competition, but it will be fair, even for safety concerns, because a small car as a drone, 14 people cannot move for a distance of over, say, 10 hours. A bus is capable of doing that because of its mechanicals and what. But way back 5 to 10 years ago, we were protected. At least it's, and that's when we were paying up these taxes because we were making the returns. You know, because passenger service vehicle PSV license was increased from 250 to 1.5 million. And of course we had misgivings, but the returns were there when we could afford. But now we cannot because of the competition that's come on the ground. When you look at what the competitors pay and what we pay, it's unfair. It's unrealistic for us. That's why we're saying we cannot afford the 2.4 million, and we still seek office with our stakeholders, with our parent ministries, like the meeting today, we are going to mention it, because we had those threats coming up. We don't want to go back to the industrial action because we know we've been in a service industry.
And you have talked about the festivities coming up. You know the ministry and the government is concerned that, one, we've seen bus drivers driving but on phone. 2022 I saw Link bus service was also suspended because of the incidences on the road. What you as Uboa are you telling the drivers, but also these people on safety on the road, but also in the parking areas, and the concerns from government? What are you doing about it?
I want to tell the public that actually accidents, misbehavior by any of our staff, especially the drivers in this case, affects me, the operator, more than the public. We look at the example of Link. Link had to be stopped for over a week. You have 70 buses on loan, parked for a week. The bank's interest doesn't stop counting. Then you have to compensate people. So we take these drivers, we are warning drivers. As I speak now, we have over about 5 drivers we want to report back to the ministry today to be suspended indefinitely, because we have a unit that monitors them in our association, and so far we've identified 5 today that we want indefinite suspensions. Like I've said, accidents, misbehavior, anything that disrupts my industry, my business, affects me more, and it's a public service that I'm offering, so I have to be very, very cautious now, especially coming to these festivities where, of course, the volumes are going to be higher. Our members have been warned to look into the mechanical state of the buses, to look into the drivers' capabilities. We are ready to serve. We are ready to serve.
And finally, since COVID-19, you've had so many challenges. I've seen Gaga going down, and other buses are still having challenges maintaining these buses on the road. How is the business so far?
Nah, business is poor. Business is bad. Like you've said, since COVID, we had to park for close to 8 months. Then we had to carry half capacity. Remember, the banks, we engaged the banks to cut down on the running interest from the time COVID started, because we were parked. The Bankers Association refused. We still have, companies are still paying running interest since COVID. Now, after COVID, you saw fuel going up, close to double the fee. Diesel used to be the lowest, now it's the highest. You've had spares, tires, spares, everything has gone up because of maybe inflation, maybe the world economic situation. We are trying our best to provide, but we are seeing it is a struggle. That's why some members are falling out, begrudgingly, unfortunately, but we are trying to provide.
Thank you so much, Robert Mutebi, the General Secretary General, Uganda Bus Owners Association. Of course, we shall be following up on what transpires in the meeting that is between the team from Uboa and the other stakeholders with the Minister of Works and Transport on making sure that the transport sector is streamlined and serves them, but also we as passengers and the general public. I have now to thank you so much for being a part of Morning at NTV from 6:30 up till now. Mwase Mutia is coming on at 9 a.m. Thank you so much. We shall see you tomorrow.